Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host, the King Chiron. Hopefully, I haven't been gone too long, if you even noticed I was gone at all. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I want to make sure this stream is actually live right now. We're good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I got a bit of a different episode for us today. Usually, it's around this time in universe mode that I start changing things up, like majorly. I did it when I had no audio, and now I'm gonna do it again. But I'm gonna walk you guys through what I kind of do because I have this huge change in mind for the mid card of Raw and SmackDown, not necessarily NXT. If you're joining us, then this is gonna be a bit of a, like I said, a different episode. This isn't gonna be the same. This is gonna be an edit, like a major edit of how I do the show. And there's no better place to start than here on Raw. This isn't going to be a typical episode of Raw. We'll be doing that a little bit later today. So, first things first, the major change I want to make is to the United States Championship division. The tag division, I don't need to really edit that. I don't need to really edit the women's division. Those are pretty set. Same with the World Championship division, although that could use a little touching up. I'm not going to lie to you. And I might get to that now. But what I want to focus on is the U.S. Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. So let's start the edit. First things first. Just about all of these guys need to get out. Out. Solo too, honestly. We can move him somewhere else. Or maybe I should. How should I do this? I know what to do. I know what I want to do. Okay. So they're all moved out. Butch is in the tag division. He's the. Yeah, we got a stacked tag team division too, ladies and gentlemen. I usually don't look at the tag division to see how stacked it actually is, but it is deep. 11, well, technically 12 teams if you count Blackpool Combat Club, the undisputed tag champions. Like I said, women's division, we put Asuka in, but she is number one contender. Asuka won the Royal Rumble. For all those who didn't watch the Royal Rumble stream and who are going to watch this episode, if you haven't seen the Royal Rumble stream, it was the last major episode of this universe mode we did. So if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it to gain the context for what's going to be happening heading into Elimination Chamber, and then of course heading into Mania. For all those who don't know, Asuka did win the Royal Rumble. Is John Cena? He's not. It's okay. I'll get into Cena in a minute. First thing we do, I'm moving Adam Cole to the U.S. division, same as Finn Balor. And I'm going to explain. My big thing that I want to do with the U.S. title is to almost recreate that NXT Black and Gold roster. So, and I'm going to show you guys what I mean when I say that. Where is he? Tommaso Ciampa, usually on SmackDown. I'm moving him to Raw, and I'm going to put him in the U.S. title division. And we can, the other two don't matter. It's just Universe Mode save slot 3. That's the only one that really matters. Where is the other guy? Or other guy? A lot of John Cena. Ah, there he is. Mr. Gargano. Who... He's on a cold streak. There's not much I can do for Mr. Gargano. Except for... put him on Raw and hope for the best. Who else? Butch is in the tag division, so I can't move him. But I can move. Where is he? There we go. Oof. He's on a major cold streak. And he's a babyface. That's weird. I usually like to keep Malachi Black a heel. Him being a babyface, it's fine. Malachi Black, if you ask me, is a better heel than a babyface. But I guess Malachi Black, when he was Aleister Black in NXT, was a babyface, so it's fine. LA Knight's on a cold streak too. But we are going to move him also to Raw. And put him in that US division. Who else was a major guy in Black and Gold NXT? Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross was. He's on a cold streak also. I'm hoping that this changes that I make really help a lot of these guys out, moving them to their own little division on Raw. Right there you see Kazuchika Okada, NXT champion. Beautiful thing. Kazuchika Okada will be defending that NXT title in the Elimination Chamber at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. Nah, not Matt Riddle. I could move Death Triangle to Raw. Nah, let's leave him in NXT. Let's leave him in NXT. Only because NXT, they can really shine in NXT. I don't have... Oh, Powerhouse Hobbs is on NXT. He hasn't really shown up or done much yet. That'll change. A lot of these guys who haven't done much are going to absolutely do a lot. Ricochet. We moved not to NXT. I was trying to take him off SmackDown. Move him to Raw. And I moved Adam Cole to the US title division too, so he's already there. Sammy's on Raw already, but he's in the tag division with Kevin Owens. Seth Rollins is a heel? Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind that. Seth Rollins, in my opinion, has always been better as a heel than a babyface anyway. Shinsuke's a babyface. I mean, he had to be. He took the NXT titles from Gunther. Feud with Kazuchika Okada. What is Okada anyway? Is he a babyface or is he a heel? He's a babyface. That makes sense. Theory can stay on NXT. I don't care. Not that I don't care about Theory, but you know, I'm not doing too much with him right now. Things will change later. This is only what I break it up by seasons, and I think I said the official start of season 2 started when I got audio. Which really shouldn't count, but it does. Or I guess we can call that the official start of season 3, or however you guys want to chop it up. That's really up to you guys. Andrade El Idolo, we move him to Raw as well. Rest in peace. Okay. Just kind of going through everyone I got here. I got a stacked, and I do mean a stacked. Move Grayson Waller back to NXT because I'm not doing anything with him on SmackDown. Not that I didn't want to, but that's just kind of how it felt apart. Not fell apart, but that's just how the chips fell. Grayson Waller really didn't get to do much, but it's okay because I'm gonna be moving Grayson Waller to the NXT World Championship picture. We can do that in this episode. Oh, perfect. Cross and Champ already in the U.S. division. Ricochet. And I bet you Malachi Black, yep, he's world title bound. No, okay. So we got 10 guys in here. Yep, that's good to me. Let these 10 guys fight for the U.S. title. Let's touch up the world title while we're at it. Let's remove him. Hold on. Finn Balor's US. Why is he? I don't know. Oh, because he's also on SmackDown. He's in the world title picture on SmackDown, probably. That's probably where I have him. No, not Moxie. We can put Sheamus there, and we could put Ray there, and Bobby. Yeah. So I don't need to touch the tag division or the. I guess you guys just got a huge preview for what is gonna be happening on Raw. Let's go to SmackDown. Let's work on SmackDown now. First things first, AJ Styles. Take him off Raw and move him to SmackDown. OC can stay on Raw. It doesn't matter to me. OC has been the OC without AJ Styles anyway. It's okay. I'm going to show you what I'm doing with SmackDown in a minute. SmackDown, I think, is going to be amazing. AJ Styles. Will Ospreay is already... Yeah, he's already in the Intercontinental Championship division. So is Mox. Oof. Omega, let's move him out. Let's move these guys out. Hangman Page can go in the world title picture. Same as Jay White. Let's move these guys out. Now let's put in, so we got Moxley, Omega, Ospreay, Styles. So I guess I should explain what I'm doing with SmackDown. The goal for SmackDown's Intercontinental Championship division is to make it like these are where the 5-star matches are always gonna come from. You expect 5-star matches. I really want to make that championship the workhorse title again. You know, it kind of is the workhorse title in our universe mode, but at the same time, it's not. We moved Shinsuke. Uh, Shinsuke had a little run in NXT, a little successful run. We can move him back to SmackDown. Shinsuke was NXT champion. He did good. He did good for himself. No, not Shelton. Oh, Sean Spears isn't in any division. Yeah, we can move Seth to SmackDown actually. So, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, these are going to be the major changes to Universe Mode. Like, are the major changes you're going to see in Universe Mode. And I like to do them around this time, getting close to WrestleMania, just so that way, moving into WrestleMania, I can book the bigger matches properly. And that also being said, I'm going to move Ray to SmackDown. We can book the bigger matches on Raw and SmackDown properly, but also I wouldn't have to really touch universe modes and edit it after Mania, which is typical. So I guess you can call this a bit of a mini draft if you really want. It's fine if you call this a bit of a draft. That's not really what this is. This is more of a superstar shakeup. Just shaking up the rosters how they are, who goes where, who does what. Who else could have an absolute 5-star banger that I can throw into that SmackDown? Kurt Angle? That's a little too obvious. Oh, Kota Ibushi. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, guys. When I came up with this idea, I thought Kazuchika Okada was perfect, and I do mean perfect, for the IC title division. But right now, he's running with the NXT title. So we'll come back to Okada and move him to SmackDown after his run with the NXT title is over, because he's not going to be champion forever. And I just knocked on some wood if you guys didn't hear that. Only because Okada, he cannot. I can't picture anybody running with any championship forever. They're gonna lose it eventually. Oh, Moxley, but he's already Intercontinental Champion, and I will leave him on Raw too. It's fine. I don't mind him being on Raw also. Anyone else who can have an absolute 5-star banger who isn't fighting for the world title? I guess I could move Christian there, huh? Yeah, Christian would be good on SmackDown, actually. For that IC title. As long as he's not talking about anybody's dad, I think it's gonna be okay. Man. It's so unfortunate that Universe Mode is as stripped down as it is. because if we could have promos and we could actually edit the promos and edit what they say, oh, I'd have the time of my life with Universe Mode. I think you guys would have the time of your lives watching these Universe Modes, because I would I would go all out. The things that I would put in here would be horrifying. Edit divisions. Okay, we put Ray in, we put Shinsuke, Ibushi, Cage, Rollins. Nine-person division. That's fine. And I want to put Danielson back in the world title picture here. SmackDown has a small world title pool, but I think it's gonna be okay. SmackDown, after all, is like baby brother. And Judgment Day, I am fully committing them to Raw. Like, fully committing them to Raw. And no. Ooh. Huh. Balor. Priest can stay on SmackDown just because he's the double champion. And where is JD McDonough? There we go. And I know technically Rhea Ripley is on SmackDown, but it's okay. There can be a Judgment Day presence on SmackDown, but you know what I'm thinking is these guys are all Raw. Yeah, Judgment Day is a Raw faction in real life too, so I think it works out. Now, I wanted to edit NXT. Oops. Spoilers. Von Wagner. Who else could be in the world title picture? Oh yeah, that's right. Grayson Waller. And we can start moving some people up from... So I guess I'll move Pac out of the Cruiserweight division. He can fight for the NXT world title. That's fine. Dang. 8 guys. It's alright. The NXT tag division pool is... It's thick too. Not as thick as the Raw one, but it's thick. Oh yeah, Trick Williams. Whoop that Trick. Put him. Cruiserweight division is stuffed. Why is Tiffany Stratton Scott Blue not in that? And the rest of them can fight for the North American title. That's fine. Okay. Looks good to me. What about you guys? What do you guys think? Does it look good to you? Let's edit the rivalries. So, I guess I should explain why I make these changes. I have a friend who had 2K23, and he got bored of the game very, very quickly. He just didn't like it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your cup of tea. It's perfectly fine. It's okay. You know, if you don't like WWE, if you don't like wrestling, you don't like 2K games and the games they're putting out, I completely understand. But the thing I say is, did you try everything? And by everything, I mean, did you really get creative? This is a game that at its heart holds one of the best kind of sandboxes. It's just the problem that the sandbox is a bit limited in what it has to offer. There's no promos, show intros. There's a whole bunch of other stuff missing. There are match types that are not in the game that really should be in the game. But it's okay. It's okay. But when I create my universe mode, I like to go crazy with some of my ideas. One idea that I have is certain divisions represent certain eras of WWE. So, for instance, like how I just did basically the black and gold era of NXT, I threw them in the US title division. They can run that US division. That US championship can feel so special when you have super talented guys having these great matches for the US title. For the Intercontinental Championship division, I basically took a bunch of guys who were stars in New Japan, and I said, here you go, you can have the Intercontinental Championship division. I know that's not fully the case with the IC title. At least I don't think so. Let me see. Well, yeah, Seth Rollins was never in New Japan. Rey Mysterio was never in New Japan. They were... Well, Rey Mysterio... Did Rey Mysterio ever have a stint in Ring of Honor? And I don't know if Christian Cage was in New Japan either. But my whole point being, these are guys who were stars in their promotions, whether it be Ring of Honor or New Japan, who were having 5-star classic matches. So what do you do with them? You throw them together. You throw them into a division together, and you let them fight for an IC title. The world title, that right there by itself can bring in big numbers, big viewers, just by it having its own match. But with you have universe mode, you are allowed to go as crazy as you want. You're allowed to do whatever you want with your universe mode. So go crazy with it. For everyone out there who has this game and you don't know what to do, I say take your favorite era of wrestling and you throw it together into your universe mode and you make it as cool as possible. Like I said, I took a whole bunch of guys from New Japan and I threw them in the IC title division. And whether it's New Japan, John Moxley, he was in... I think he was in CZW, was it? John Moxley was in CZW before he went to Florida Championship Wrestling, and then which turned into NXT. Seth Rollins, he was in Ring of Honor. Rey Mysterio was in WCW. AJ Styles, New Japan. Will Ospreay, he was in New Japan. Shinsuke, New Japan. Kota Ibushi, New Japan. Christian Cage, he's been all over. He's had his finger in just about every major promotion. Kenny Omega, New Japan, now AEW. You take these guys who have these 5-star classic matches and you throw them together. And you never know what you're going to get. You might get match of the year quality matches in your own video game, which is like the coolest thing to me. I took the NXT Black and Gold era and I put it basically right here in universe mode. It's got its own division for the US title. Go crazy with your ideas. Have fun with it. Don't limit yourself to what the game offers you. If you don't have custom created superstars, I recommend creating some. I recommend getting some and throwing them in your divisions. Don't take the game at its base. The base game, it can be fun for a while, but why stick to that when you've got just a well of things you can have to play? So if you have universe mode and you're stuck and you don't know what to do, Don't just trade in the game. Don't just, delete it and uninstall it and say, oh, I hate 2K. I hate these games. They're so boring. I was bored of them. Try everything. If after you try everything, if it doesn't work, that's perfectly fine. But you've got an opportunity here to really play a game the way it's asking you to play it, and that's by going nuts. Our world title division, it's thick. I don't really have to touch this. I mean, when you think about the guys who are in the world title division, you got McIntyre, Strowman, Lashley, Lesnar, Orton, Sheamus, Reigns, Bryan. Then on SmackDown, you've got Jay White. I think Danielson's on SmackDown too, but that's fine. Let me see who else is in. You got Cody Rhodes. You've got Adam Page. Danielson again. But as SmackDown's a division of two divisions, being the women's tag division and the Intercontinental division, and basically my brand, SmackDown and Raw, they're kind of tied together, but also separated. And I think that's at least the way I do my universe mode. Bianca Belair's been cleared. She was injured. Uh-oh. Pay-per-view. Pay-per-view. These are all the injuries from the Royal Rumble. Either you're getting cleared or you suffered a minor injury. Swerve suffered an injury, but he had a great match against Bronson Reed. Like a fantastic match against Bronson Reed. Like, I can't even... Oof, that match between Swerve and Bronson Reed at the Royal Rumble. I remember that. That match was golden. The next big thing I would change would be pay-per-views, but I am actually going to wait until after WrestleMania. So we'll come back. We'll do another one of these videos for after WrestleMania, because I want to show you guys what big changes I'm going to be making to pay-per-views. And I guess I can spoil that party now. I'm moving to 6 pay-per-views instead of a pay-per-view every month, or even 2 pay-per-views every month. I'm moving to 6 pay-per-views throughout the entire universe mode, which is going to basically be Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and there's going to be one more pay-per-view, and that one pay-per-view is probably going to be interchangeable. It'll probably be Night of Champions for one season, and then it'll be like King of the Ring for another season, or it'll be no New Year's Resolution, Day 1. It'll switch. It'll swap. It won't be the same pay-per-view every season. It'll be a completely different thing. But yeah, guys, that's the video. I guess another thing we can go over, how I edit the shows. So first things first, one thing I wanted to shut down, I want to shut this rivalry down because Rollins is on SmackDown now. I guess I can shut down this rivalry because Hangman Page fights for the world title. I'm keeping Danielson and Omega because I want them to go into WrestleMania with the feud. It's Danielson and Omega. Like, that's a golden rivalry. Becky Lynch and Bayley. Bayley was the last woman eliminated in the Royal Rumble. She wants her women's world title back. So I just thought, let them go in at Elimination Chamber. Let them tear the house down. Cody Rhodes has never gotten a shot for the World Heavyweight Championship. He's never gotten a shot. So I thought, what a perfect time to give him a shot for the world title at Elimination Chamber. We can really let Cody Rhodes... I mean, there's no guarantee he's going to win it, but John Cena versus Cody Rhodes also sounds like a really good match instead of Damian Priest and John Cena, which I have no doubt would also be a good match. But, it's about time for Cody Rhodes to fight for the world title anyway. And we also could shut this rivalry down. Not because I don't want to see Adam Cole and Samoa Joe, but I want Rhodes and Joe to really. I want Adam Cole to earn his match. So this is what I do. To kind of give you that new blood feeling of what that division is, I go back in my head to certain matches that have already happened in real life, just to give you guys a feel. Fatal 4-Way. This is a Fatal 4-Way match that has happened. It happened on NXT, an episode of NXT. It was a great match that happened. It was an Iron Man match for the NXT title. So to give you guys that feeling of these guys are feuding for something big, I basically throw them into this match, and I call it a number one contenders match. But I want to add a stipulation. These are 4 men, 4 great competitors. So let's go to created. Custom matches. 4-Way TLC pin sub. Yeah. I haven't created a lot of matches. I really haven't. But it's okay. So we put these 4 guys in this match, and we let these 4 guys go crazy on Raw. We call it number one contenders match. The winner of this match will face Samoa Joe at Elimination Chamber for the US title. I know Finn Balor already got his chance, so I should take him out and replace him with someone like Karrion Kross. In fact, that is what I'm going to do. Even though I think Finn Balor would be great for the match, Karrion Kross could also use a little shine. He could use a little shine. Bianca versus Becky Lynch, that's fine. Probably change the main event. Michin versus Jamie Hayter is fine, but we're talking the main event of Raw. Asuka and Charlotte, they're having a rivalry heading into Elimination Chamber. Randy and Drew. It says rivalry, but that's probably not going to stick. Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta versus Dax and Cash. That's for the titles. Bloodline and House of Black. What feud can we give Roman Reigns, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, it shut down all of my Raw feuds. Did it do that to anything else? No, it didn't. Well, before I do that, let's give Moxley a match with somebody. And I'm thinking... yeah, let's give him AJ. AJ and Moxley could have a great match, I think, for the IC title. Okay. So, let's build up these Raw matches. Roman Reigns, who should he take on? He should feud someone he hasn't feuded with in a long time, but also someone who fits. Do you know what we could do, ladies and gentlemen? That's exactly what we're going to do. I'm thinking in my head, ladies and gentlemen, but you'll see what I'm thinking. You'll see what I'm thinking. You'll see it right now. Heading into Mania, we need some big matches. Yeah. Yeah. And this is just part one to the storyline. If you guys can probably see where the storyline is going by who I've put in the rivalry. If you can't, don't worry, you will see by the time we get to around Mania time. And we can make this a medium rivalry. Uh, Joe is yet to fight for that IC title. So now we just have these spots. And I wanted to do Asuka and Charlotte. Basically, the idea being that Charlotte Flair wants to beat Asuka. And if Charlotte Flair can beat Asuka at Elimination Chamber, Charlotte feels she deserves a shot at the women's world title. So we can do that. And we can put it on high. Up next, well, we can save both of these, one for the US title and one for maybe people competing for the US title. There we go. It has changed up drastically. Ooh, this is going to be a hard-hitting match. I kind of can't wait to call that Lashley, Lesnar, Sheamus. That's going to be a hard-hitting match. Okay. Hold on. I want to make sure it's Claudio and Yuta versus Roman and Solo. Like I said, we can put this on high. Change it up again. Well, Leslie. I'm trying to say Lashley and Lesnar. Lashley and Lesnar is still going to be a fun match to call. Kind of can't wait to call that. This triple threat match right here, going to be a great match. Becky versus Michin. Michin hasn't had too many shots at Becky, so Michin can take on Becky. It's fine. Priest and Drew. Hey, Drew wants a match with the world champion. Why not? Asuka and Charlotte. This looks like a good episode of Raw to me, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys think? And we will call that shortly. NXT, we will worry about in a little bit. SmackDown looks good to me. Elimination Chamber is missing just that US title match. And maybe one more match that will definitely come out of this Fatal 4-Way. Alright. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do for this little walkthrough episode of how I set up my universe mode, how I like to do my universe mode. I guess you can come back like very shortly and I will stream this episode of Raw. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do. It's a short episode. It's not long. It doesn't take me that long to edit the universe mode just because universe mode is already so deeply edited by itself already. I've already spent so much time working on these episodes, editing these episodes. So if you like this video, let me know, and there can probably be more videos. I could probably show you guys how I build a universe from scratch, from the ground up. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this content, like, subscribe, leave comments, let me know what you think, let me know how you're feeling. I thank you for coming to this video at all, watching this video. I appreciate you very much. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do for me for right now. I will be back a little bit later. We can stream this episode of Raw. The plan is to give you guys Raw, SmackDown, and NXT today. We see how that plays out, ladies and gentlemen. I might be a madman and just attempt to give you guys Raw, NXT, SmackDown, like all 6 episodes, and then we hurry up and get Elimination Chamber out of the way. I have no idea if I'm actually going to do that today. Probably I will attempt to do that and get you guys as many episodes as possible, and like just come up like just short of Elimination Chamber. But we'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see what happens. Either way, have a beautiful, beautiful day and take care. I'll see you all later.